we're just going over some of the basic subs in the path of the twister, okay? So we're gonna talk about first having a hook. All right, so I've already got a hook, and instead of attacking my opponent in an upper body seatbelt fashion, I'm just changing the grip to over here, okay? Turn a little bit for me, dude. So like notice my feet, I'm not down like this, right? My foot's up right next to my other foot. So when I grab his shin and his toes, make sure it's the toes, not the top of the foot. I grab his shin and his toes, my feet pull right back into a triangle. Like there's no slip of it at all. See how my feet pull right back into a triangle. I prefer the triangle when attacking the calf crank. I prefer the extended grapevine when I'm doing twister type stuff. So I grab the toes and I pass the toes so he doesn't kick me. Self-defense, even jiu-jitsu, like when you start to calf crank him, you go, you don't want that foot to hit your head. So I pull it past me, and I grab his other toes, not the top of his foot, and I stomp the foot for the calf crank. You can try and do it here, but I prefer not messing with my foot. So if he grabs my foot ever, I know that he knows no defense, and I'm just gonna continue to calf crank him. Otherwise, I'm here. Then we come back, and we pull this leg by, and we go into the crotch. I'm gonna extend my grapevine, and I'm splitting him like up and down instead of sideways. A lot of times when I do that, this foot lands like right here, and I can't quite stretch him out. So I grab inside the heel, I extend, and I re-grip, and now he's already tapping. I'm trying to push my grapevine towards his head. I switch it back up into the truck, I hook, have my wrestler's grip over here, come back to a triangle, and I bridge to break his hip socket. Instead, rather than test his flexibility, I don't like to test his flexibility because some guys are flexible. Is I bridge to break his hips, I actually break it like an arm bar. Okay, so I'm here. Boom. The next one, I hook his arm. Okay, next thing. So I'm here, I'm gonna go towards the upper body, I go back to stretching. Okay, so if I grab his arm into baseball bat control, or if I hook his arm, he connects his hands, a couple ways I could break it. Reach nice and deep, I'm gonna grab all the way through and grab my own arm, and I'll pull away. Right, and then I can grab and come into baseball bat, and I start to adjust. You see? Otherwise, I would just grab with this hand, because this one equals a hook, and then I gotta break his grip. So like if I can catch his hand free, I'll pull him straight into baseball bat control. Now make sure your elbow's high, not like this, it'll connect his hand. So I make sure my elbow's high in his armpit, stretch it. Now watch how I start getting close to him again. He starts cocking his hips up into the air too. So normally I'll pull here, give him the fish eye this way, and then I sit up, get my shoulder over. I rock his base to lift his head off the ground. If he blocks my arm, I go to the inside space, I pull. If he's small or you're big, whatever, you can go to DEFCON 4 and pull his head. Also, before I get to that twister portion, if I have this arm, I can actually overhook it. There's an arm bar right here. Make sure that I get it about the elbow, and I push and grip like this, instead of just here. Because he wants to turn and bail out, and if he bails out, he's in top half guard. I don't want him to do that. So like I push and grip. By any chance he starts to roll away, I maintain control. I get this cop lock right here, and I can start to then control his wrist if I want with two hands or just his elbow, and just manipulate him. Okay? You can pull right back here. Just go through that path, okay? And you do each one, sets up the path of twister. So I would do calf crank to get the crotch ripper, to get the banana splits, to get the scissors, to get the bouncer, right? And then into the twister. Like all of them eventually have to do with controlling that arm. So I test each one along the way instead of trying to skip each sub. You might as well test each one because you're 100% on offense. He's 100% on defense. He's not going to do anything to you. So you might as well test the subs. They're there, right? I mean, rock and roll. Thank you. Camera.